get straight to the heart of the game. From the hottest plays on the court to the controversies off it. We're breaking it all down with unfiltered takes and raw honesty. No sugarcoating, no holding back. Just real talk for real fans. Let's get into it.
Hi, this is your girl Keisha from Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports coming to you live on Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody out there in YouTube land. I decided to do a topic today. I wasn't going to talk about it, but hey, something made me say, hey, Keisha, you need to speak on this. So I'm going to speak on it. I want to talk about what happened at the end of the LSU and South Carolina game. But before we get to that, before we get to the drama, it's always about basketball for me. So let me go through the stats of the LSU versus South Carolina game that happened on Friday after they had they were postponed due to the weather in Baton Rouge. Let's go through that first. First, we talk about basketball, then we talk about the drama off the court. The first thing I will say is both teams played hard-nosed basketball. Great defense was being played out there. LSU Tigers went into a hostile environment with I think it was almost 17,000 fans out there at the Colonial Life Arena. It was a great atmosphere. It was hype. Both teams was clawing and fighting. One team, LSU, was undefeated. South Carolina was 18-1 at the time. Both of them had not lost in SEC play, so it was a great matchup between two Titans. But I want to go through. Let me go through the stats real quick, and I will say this: I heard a couple of people saying that LSU wasn't ready to play that game. I agree. I think they let the hype and all the stuff surrounding it get to them. Plus, they were there with players who, like Kaylin Gilbert hadn't been in an environment before. That's why I was looking for leadership by Flaujae and Anissa Morrow to navigate through all the emotions that go through athletes' minds when they play in a game like this. But it didn't happen. I think I'm a Tiger fan. Don't get me wrong, but I'm always gonna call it. I give you the real. I think we have to work on our leadership on this team. I was expecting Flaujae and Anissa to pull us through. I was expecting them to be the same players they are every night. Now, hey, there's no knock on them. They're young. They're learning how to win together. They're learning how to win as a team. It's just one game. They're they're phenomenal players, just like the South Carolina girls are phenomenal players. Um, but I will say that they looked a little shell shocked after they got punched in the mouth. So I'm gonna go through the stats, and you tell me at the end of this what you think. Okay, the final score was LSU 56, South Carolina 66. As you can see from the stats on the screen, Samaya Smith was 3 for 6. She had a total of 7 points. Anissa Morrow was 6 for 19, 15 points, inefficient. Flaujae was 6 for 18 for 13 points. She was inefficient. Michaela was 5 for 17 for 13 points. She was inefficient. And then their point guard, Dave Wilson, was 2 for 8 for 6 points. And even Kaylin Gilbert was 1 for 7 for 2 points. So as you can see, they were very inefficient in this game. They had a field goal percentage to start the first quarter. They was 50% and 66% from the three. But as you can see, when that second quarter hit, they were at a field goal percentage of 15% and a 3-point percentage of 16%. Then they were only 50% with their free throws. Third quarter comes around, they're still shooting 5 for 20 at 25%. Then the fourth quarter comes around, they're 5 for 17 for 29%. So as you can see, they shot for the whole game, they shot 29% the whole game. For 3-point, they shot 21%. Free throws, they were at 77%. They had 17 turnovers. Even though they were on the boards and had 51 rebounds, they kept turning the ball over. That hurt them. Nobody on the team was a plus except for Michaela Williams. Samaya Smith was a -9. Anissa Moore was -6. Flaujae -9. Cheyenne Day Wilson was -5. Jersey was -1. Kaylin Gilbert was -13. Poa was -3. And Miracle Shepherd was a -6. And they only lost by 10, guys. Let that sink in. None of their offensive players came, none of their offensive players came to the party. Now, let's go through the South Carolina stats. They won 66-56. LSU played great defense, but it was a defensive battle all throughout. Fagan was 4 for 6. She was efficient. She's 4 for 6, and she had a total points of 12. Chloe Kiss was 2 for 9. She was inefficient for 7 points. Tahina Pawpaw was 2 for 7 for 6 points. Bree Hall was 2 for 4 for 5 points. Raven Johnson was 2 for 5 for 5 points. Malaysia Fuwali was 2 for 11, inefficient, for 8 points. Joyce Edwards was 5 for 11 for 14 points. In the first quarter, they shot 56%. They from the field, they shot 33% from 3-point range. Second quarter, they dipped. That second quarter was horrible for both teams. Defense was playing for both teams because South Carolina shot 17%, 3 for 17, and 25% from 3. In the third quarter, we lost the third quarter. LSU Tigers did because South Carolina went 7 for 18 for 38%, and their free throws were 66%. In the third quarter, LSU shot 25%. It was abysmal, 5 for 20. So South Carolina got the edge in the third quarter. Then they went to the fourth quarter, and they were 4 for 11, 36%, which brought them home because in fourth quarter, we was 5 for 17 for 29%. Now, South Carolina, that was the end of the game. South Carolina only had 12 turnovers, guys. They only had 12 turnovers, and most of their players were in the plus minus. All of these players were in the plus. Fagan, Kitts, Powell. The only person that was not had a plus on the floor was Bree Hall, but Raven Johnson had a plus. Fuwali had a plus. Joyce Edwards and Tessa Johnson. Tessa Johnson was really good in this game. She shot 4 for 9 for 15 points. So while everybody was being inefficient, Tessa was keeping them in it. Joyce Edwards was keeping them in it, and Sanaya Fagan was keeping them in it. It was a hard fought battle because both teams played really great defense. I said in my original video, I was scared about my Tigers perimeter defense, but they can't. Their perimeter defense was okay this game because South Carolina only shot, I want to say, from the 3-point range, they only shot 15%, guys. So we showed up that we just didn't make shots. LSU didn't make shots. South Carolina, because of their balanced attack, because they run 8-9 deep, even when other players weren't getting off, they had the others getting off. So the difference in the game to me was our big three didn't come to play. Our spark off the bench didn't come to play. I don't know if it was the lights. I don't know what it was, but they didn't come to play during this game, and they paid for it. So basically, it was a good game, but it was a good game, and I look forward to the next one because I know they're probably going to see each other in the SEC championship. But there's a lot of things to clean up on my Tigers side. Shout out to South Carolina for winning the game. Shout out to them because they were poised. They was ready to play that game, and they wasn't intimidated. Now, let me get to what happened at the end of the game. And shout out to Don Staley, man, because Don Staley is one of my favorite coaches to watch coach basketball. I love all my SEC teams. We different here in the SEC, so we got a lot of pride in what we do. But what happened at the end of the game was um, South Carolina won, and of course it was at South Carolina, and they started playing Flaujae Johnson's father's song at the end called "Cut Friends." It was an obvious dig at Flaujae and LSU because they lost. She tweeted about it. She said that I'll take my L on the chin, but this just nasty behavior. Nothing funny about that. That is what Flaujae posted on her Twitter. It was right here where the DJ had put playing Camouflage at the end of the game was crazy. My bad. It's poor taste. It's just poor taste. I'm not gonna cry. But look, let me tell you something. I love back and forth. I love trash talk. I just don't like it when it gets personal. It doesn't have to get personal. We keep it on. We keep it on the court. Playing her father's song at the end of a game is distasteful to me. But do I think Don Staley had anything to do with it? No, I don't believe that. All the Don Staley hate and the South Carolina hate can stop. I just think the DJ just did a distasteful move. She thought she was trying to hype up the crowd and trying to troll Flaujae. I get it. It just went too far. It's a little too personal for me. But hey, um, it was a hard fought game, but I don't want to take away from. I know Don Staley is not about that. I'm gonna read some of these comments. One guy said they have a low class coach, so of course their team is low class. I don't agree with this guy. I don't think Don Staley had anything to do with that. Another person put so Gamecocks WBB DJ was like, yeah, they've lost. Let me use Flaw's dad father music to mock them. Those MFs can go to hell. I kind of get that. Another comment, and it was played at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Mama Kia said it was like flashing his obituary on the screen all over again. Nasty work. I can see why this could be taken the wrong way by Flaujae and her family. I just think it was poor taste. I'll read you one more comment. Sorry this happened, Flaujae. We love you and are standing with you and making it very clear we're not okay with this BS. However you want to handle it, we are with you. Hold your head. We got you always. Yeah, hold your head up, Flaujae. Keep it going. I'm actually watching my Tigers right now. They just beat Texas A&M. You gotta just acknowledge it and keep it going and keep it pushing. I like Flaujae. She went on Twitter. She said how she feel and move on from it. However, the story doesn't stop there because of all the ruckus and what occurred with the DJ playing Flaujae father's um, song. Um, South Carolina had to come out with a statement, and they have suspended the DJ. I'll read this to you. We are addressing Friday night's inappropriate in-game song selection and subsequent Instagram posts by the DJ who is hired to work our women's basketball games. Her actions were understandably upsetting to Flaujae Johnson and her family and disrespectful to the LSU program and fans. Conference rivalries and passionate fan bases should only serve to enhance sports, not be used to target individual players personally. We regret that it came to that in our venue after a game that saw both teams capture the level of national attention that women's basketball has earned. And we apologize to Flaujae, her family, and LSU. As a result of her action, DJTO will be suspended from the next women's basketball home game, and we will meet with her to provide further education on our expectations of her in the future. South Carolina Athletics. So there you have it, guys. I'm not gonna say the DJ should have been suspended or not. She was just suspended for a game. I'm just gonna say sometimes I, because we all like rivalries. LSU and South Carolina has been a rivalry, even though we've lost every game. It doesn't matter. It's still a rivalry, and I think it enhances sports. Friday actually was a great day for women's sports. We had LSU versus South Carolina. Then we had Unrivaled. I was calling games all day that day, and I just think this incident kind of southern it a little bit because the DJ she went on her Instagram and shout out at Flaujae and told her my bad. I just think it was poor taste. She did get suspended for a game. I wouldn't want her to be suspended for the whole season. I just think she just needed to apologize. I seen I seen she did go on like her social media and apologize to Flaujae and her family. So that's all that needs to happen, and we just need to keep it moving. I just wanted to address it. LSU bounced back against Texas A&M. They just beat them about a couple of minutes ago. So let's just keep moving forward. Let's keep pushing women's sports. Let's keep celebrating it and just move on from this unfortunate incident. My Tigers got some work to do, and I do believe this is a great loss before we get to tournament play, before we get to SEC championship. It's going to help them to get through that gauntlet. So that's all I have on it, guys. You know me. I'm going to give you the real. I don't sugarcoat. That's it. This is Keisha. I'm out.